Hello, surprise! Happy 9-year surge anniversary to me. First of all, making YouTube videos is hard. Didn't used to be hard. This is like take 57. I'm not as good as it as I used to be. I'm not as snappy. But I thought 9-year surge anniversary, a good time to come on and talk about, the big things that I've learned through this process. So first of all, my my stats, my history, all the things. I was 48 years old when I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy. My starting weight was 402 pounds in January of 2014. When I had surgery in April, I was 360.6 pounds. My lowest weight was 198 pounds, probably between 16 and 18 months post-op. Uh, I had plastic surgery in December of 2020 with Dr. Katzen in Beverly Hills. I had an extended abdominoplasty, torsoplasty, and breast lift and implants, which was the best thing ever. I was very hesitant about, I had been hesitant for a long time, primarily because of the cost, but also because I felt like I needed to lose more weight. I had had some regain at that point. Um, and I felt like, am I doing a disservice, by having weight loss surgery at, over 200 or having plastic surgery at over 200 pounds? Answer to that is no. Do it. Don't worry about the fact that you're not at your lowest weight. It's really been, I don't know if I'd say life changing for me, but it's the first time in my life I have a body that I like. I mean, there are still lots of things wrong. There's those arms because I didn't get that done. When you have an abdominoplasty, if you gain weight, you get it in different places. So I'm not that crazy about my thighs anymore. I mean, there's a million things I can say aren't great, but overall, I am super happy with my body. I've never had a flat stomach. I've never had a, traditionally curvy figure, which I do now. And so I'm super happy with that decision. And it was almost paid off, which makes me feel even better. If I had to do anything differently, it would probably been that I would have gone a little bit smaller on what my friend and I call the Juanitas. Don't even ask why we call them the Juanitas. Anyway, um, but overall, super happy with that. I saw this morning that Foodie Turned Sleevey had a video. So I guess it's old home week a little bit. And one of the things she was saying is exactly what happened to me. 10 or 12 pound regain a year, which doesn't seem like that much. And then all of a sudden it sneaks up on you. And my highest regain weight was 270 pounds, which was in May or June of last year, 2023. In June, I originally started on Ozempic and pretty quickly moved to Mounjaro. I had reached out to Dr. Weiner, who some of you know. He used to be in Michigan and now he is in Arizona, and he has some clinicians who are licensed to practice in California. So I reached out to Dr. Weiner to talk about a revision, both because of the regain and the reflux that comes along with VSG for many people. And when we went through my history, he felt like my alcohol consumption, which at that time was pretty high. It was pretty high. He did not recommend me, he didn't recommend me having a revision to RNY based on the amount of alcohol I was consuming, which, okay, fine. But he recommended these medications, which are crazy. I didn't say how much I weigh today. So today I weigh 218. So I've dropped, what is it? I think I was 268, 218. So like 50 pounds, in the last year from being on these GLP medications. And that hits on one of the first things that I have learned in these 9 years. And I didn't learn it from weight loss surgery. I learned it from these medications, which is this is truly a biological condition. So even though I knew that weight loss surgery wasn't just about shrinking your stomach, it was doing different things to your metabolism, etc., and it was reducing your set point, I still felt like it was my fault. Being on these medications have made me realize that if this medication works as well as it does, um, and it's based somewhat on your response to insulin. Even though I never had diabetes or anything like that, this is a biological condition. And that's something that removes a lot of the guilt and the shame around the fact that I have been overweight my entire life. I'm still overweight, but I'm fluffy AF. Should I stand up? Maybe. Should I stand up? Should I back up? I mean, I'm fluffy, but it's not my fault. It's not because I can't control myself. It's not because of my willpower. It is my body fighting me to actually put on weight with these different cravings and things I'm having. Being on these GLP medications is much more like what I thought weight loss surgery would be. My quote unquote restriction is stronger than it has been probably since the first few weeks after weight loss surgery. And one of the really interesting things that also happened was that I lost my desire to drink alcohol, which, sometimes I miss that. I like my champagne. I like my champagne. But I really have no desire to drink anymore. Ooh, I call that a winner, but also I miss my mimosas. So that's one of the things that I finally learned in the last year was that this is a biological issue. So I might have said that I knew that before, but I didn't really learn until I went on this medication. Second thing, 98% of the problems that I had being super morbid, 98% of the problems that I had and have nothing to do with the fact that I used to be super morbidly obese. Of course, I thought that every problem in my life was related to that. None of them. None of them other than, physical impacts on your body of being that way. So I thought I was going to have weight loss surgery and then everything would work out perfectly and magically and I would live happily ever after. Well, guess what? That didn't happen. I mean, am I happier than I was before? Yes. But all those things that I thought were related to my weight aren't. They're related to me. They're related to, I used to always sort of make fun of when people would talk about like trauma response or triggering or things like that. But it's the real deal. It's the real deal. And a lot of the barriers that I built up to other people in my life that I used to, weight was sort of a physical manifestation of those barriers and keeping people away. I still have them and it's still a battle and I need to go back to therapy and all the things. One of the things that I used to say is the reason that I was having weight loss surgery was because my son was getting ready to leave the house and I was afraid I was going to turn into a crazy cat lady. Well, it's 9 years later. There have been ebbs and flows during, of my social life during that time. And COVID just like sort of broke everybody, I think, a little bit. But, I'm sort of realizing, am I, getting back on that road to being a crazy cat lady? Not a crazy cat lady, but sort of my instinct is to isolate. And COVID sort of made that okay. And it's been hard to get back in the vibe after that. So I think I'm going to be pursuing therapy again soon. So yeah, I'm still me. Losing all the weight didn't magically make everything better. It made a lot of things better. And the third thing that I think I've learned 9 years out is that I'm worthy. And how that relates to weight loss surgery is not that I feel like I'm worthy because my body has changed and I'm not 400 pounds and I can walk and walk and walk and I can do all the things that I never thought I could do. Um, what the thing about weight loss surgery that made me realize that is the friendships that I've made. Because I was so isolated before, I didn't have a lot of people reflecting back to me who I was or how they saw me. I did not have deep friendships. I really was left alone with the negative thoughts in my mind with nothing to sort of interrupt those. And through weight loss surgery, I gained um, friends at a level that I would not have imagined me having at this point in my life. I mean, there are, you know, a handful of people that I talk to every single day. And I have talked to every single day. And I can back that up with evidence because a lot of those conversations, most of those conversations are on Marco Polo. Um, but it was through those relationships that I began to see um, who I was outside of the negative voices in my head. So I think those are the top three things I've learned post weight loss surgery. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Um, it's 9 years, 175 pounds, weight loss maintained, probably 20 different hairstyles, hundreds of planks in different places, uh, probably 30 at a point when I had weight loss surgery, I really felt like I wasn't ever going to travel again, even within the United States, if it wasn't in a car, because I had a very bad experience on one of my last flights before weight loss surgery with someone asking to be moved from the seat next to me um, because of my weight. And I didn't think I would ever fly again. I have probably gone on 30 or 40 trips in the last 9 years. I have been to 5 different countries. I have been through a few men. I have, built this tribe of incredible people. So I would not change it for anything in the world. But I just wanted to come back in because so many people say when they want to negate the impact of weight loss surgery that you're just going to gain it back. And that was one of the things that I feared. And that was one of the excuses I used when my parents would say, why aren't you having weight loss surgery? And because, everybody just gains it back. Or, the complications could be horrendous. And I know the reality now, which is that you don't have to gain it all back. And then it really was a new sort of lease on life for me. And there are, countless things I've done in the last 9 years that I would not have ever imagined happening for me. So wouldn't trade it for the world. Just wanted to pop in and say hello. Let me know what things you've learned because I know many of the people who watch me and subscribe to me, if anybody still subscribes to me because I don't ever make videos, that y'all have been in this journey for a while as well. So I would love to hear what are the things you've learned in your journey post-op. And I just am so grateful for YouTube and the friendships it's opened up for me. The casual ones, the deep ones, the just check in every 6 months or a year. All of you have had such a impact on my life and who I am today, and I am super grateful to be here 9 years later. Um, Still working on it. Still working on me. Talk to you later. Maybe more often than once a year, but maybe not. I don't know. I used to say that I would keep making videos until I had been in my goal weight for 6 months. Well, I never got to my goal weight, and I stopped making videos a long time ago. But I think of you all often. I catch up on videos. I follow many of you on social media, and I am just so happy that you are all part of my life. And just remember, just remember, let me fix my bangs. And remember, you ate a bagel. You didn't kill a baby. Bye.